Once upon a time, there was a place called the wilderness.
We did things out there that we're ashamed of.
There was some darkness.
Your friendships are a little more complicated than most.
Yellow Jackets, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount+.
Just to see that I'm at this level and see that it's possible. Everything I dreamed of is actually coming true, proving that I'm better than the next person in the ring.
Of course, he's gonna say all I have is a left hook. If that's all I have, man, that's crazy. And I think all I'm gonna need is one left hook. Sit, sleep, gone. It'll be okay. Give him a little kiss on his forehead. Put him to bed. Like, good night. Since I started this boxing stuff, I said I was gonna whip him. And even when he wasn't big, I was calling him out.
Vicious right hand!
And as we got bigger, I still said, I'm gonna whoop you.
It's not even with the opponent. It's always the opponent if he's talking, but it's mainly the doubters. You want to show that you are who you say you are. And I feel as though a lot of people that's not really who they say they are.
This is my moment. This is what is going to define myself. I promise you, you've never seen this. I promise you. You got something coming to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas. The most anticipated fight of the year comes your way this Saturday from T-Mobile Arena on Showtime pay-per-view. Two unbeaten superstars in boxing go head-to-head. It'll be Gervonta "Tank" Davis matching up against King Ryan Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome up one of the promoters of Saturday night. He is the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. It's great to see the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar, what does this event mean to boxing? Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia on Saturday here in Las Vegas.
Are you guys ready for the fight? Let's go! It's the fight of the year. It's the best versus the best. You got two young guys, two undefeated guys who really want to win. So we're gonna see who's gonna win Saturday night. It's gonna be a good fight, really good fight.
You have seen Ryan Garcia, your fighter, progress throughout the years. This is his first time headlining a massive event here in Las Vegas. What have you told him in preparation for Saturday night?
It's all about conserving your energies now. You know, mentally, physically, it's all about, you know, conserving everything you have and just unleashing Saturday night because it can get very emotional. I've been through these many times, plenty of times, and it can get emotional. It can get draining. So you just have to just stay focused. Right from the last to the first bell to the last bell, you have to stay focused until you win the fight.
I know that Ryan, obviously you are going to be supporting Ryan, but you have a great deal of admiration for Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who's also just a tremendous talent inside the boxing ring. What are you expecting out of Tank on Saturday?
I love Gervonta, but let's go Ryan!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, finally, Oscar, your prediction for Saturday night.
I got Ryan by knockout.
Any idea what round?
I don't know, but it's going to end in a knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We are kicking off Fight Week with the bang here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Saturday night's event is presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, TGB Promotions, and Golden Boy Promotions. This is the first of outstanding public events for all of you that you can come and see the fighters and show your support tomorrow At 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time, we will have the undercard workouts. We got a tremendous card from top to bottom on a Showtime pay-per-view. This upcoming Saturday night, tomorrow, we will have the workouts at 1 o'clock local time near the sportsbook. On Friday, it is going to be electric outside at Toshiba Plaza, right outside of T-Mobile Arena, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. The official weigh-in for Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, 3 o'clock local time, free and open to the public. Make sure to get there early, as we are going to see the fighters tip the scale and face off for the final time. But it's a big fight here in Las Vegas, and I want to know from you, the fans, who you're going to be supporting on Saturday. First up, I want to know, are you here to support a young fighter who's got a record of 23-0, 19 knockouts? Who's here to support King Ryan Garcia? Make some noise. All right, well, how about his adversary on Saturday? 28 fights, 28 victories, 26 of those coming by way of knockout. From Baltimore, Maryland, anywhere he's gone in the United States, he has sold out. Who's here to support Gervonta Davis? Make some noise. This is unbelievable. We have been a part of some memorable fight weeks, and I got to tell you, the energy for this fight is really coming up and reaching its climax. I cannot believe this fight's been talked about for over 2 years, and now we are less than 4 nights away from it happening on Saturday from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. There are limited tickets available. Make sure to get them now, AXS.com. Also, they're going to be having a viewing party here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena if you cannot get into T-Mobile Arena on Saturday. Also, want to let the fans know, we're starting early on Showtime pay-per-view on Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We are going an hour earlier, so make sure to get into the arena early and see all these outstanding fights, as you will no doubt be entertained. We are awaiting the grand arrival of King Ryan Garcia. Also, something I'm looking forward to talking with the guys about is that apparently on social media yesterday, they were talking about potentially risking their purses in a winner-take-all showdown. That is how confident they are in their respective abilities. Also, both men are trained by esteemed trainers. For Ryan Garcia, the man leading him to the ring, will be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame this summer in Canastota. The legendary Joe Goosen will be in the corner of Ryan Garcia. Ryan and Joe have been together for several fights, and they've had a winning formula. Speaking of winning formulas, for Gervonta Davis, his trainer has been with him since he was a little kid. I'm talking about Calvin Ford from Baltimore. They have been in unison since day one, since Tank made his pro debut, even going as far back as his early amateur days. Calvin Ford and Joe Goosen matching wits against each other in the respective corners of Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. What a week it is here in Las Vegas, kicking off a memorable fight night on Saturday, but we will get closer to that in 4 days from now. As I mentioned, tomorrow, the undercard media workouts, also winding down the pay-per-view that you will see at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We'll start off with the undefeated 19-year-old sensation, the middleweight in Elijah Garcia, who will put his undefeated record on the line against Kevin Salgado. Then a rematch, as we will go ahead and welcome in Gabe Rosado, ladies and gentlemen, as he will go head-to-head against the Bully. We want to go ahead right now, ladies and gentlemen, also let you know on the stream we have Vito Mielnicki Jr., who will be fighting on the stream as well. Vito is a terrific young fighter, will be working out as he is here from Roseland, New Jersey. Very much excited to be fighting here in Las Vegas. Yet again, I remember when Vito was fighting on undercards and was in high school still, had had to do Grand Arrivals and then go back and do homework when he was finishing off being a senior in high school. Running back down the pay-per-view card, we got a rematch between Gabe Rosado, who's been around for many years. He'll go head-to-head against the Bully. He knocked out the Bully a couple of years ago. Since that time, the Bully from Uzbekistan has won 5 in a row. Our co-main event, this one in the super middleweight division, as David Morrell, who's making a lot of noise at 168, he will take on the Olympic bronze medalist, the late replacement, Yamaguchi Falcao. Originally, it was supposed to be Shinya Akbeko, but now we will see David Morrell collide against Yamaguchi Falcao. All of this presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, along with TGB Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. We are moments away from Ryan Garcia's grand arrival. You are going to see both main event fighters here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand making their respective entrances. I saw on social media both guys are very excited, looking forward to their matchup here on Saturday. Two guys who are undefeated. Gervonta Davis with a knockout percentage of over 92%. Only two guys have gone the distance with Gervonta Davis. German Moraes back in 2014 and Isaac Cruz back in December of 2021. For Ryan Garcia, 23-0, 19 knockouts. Only 4 guys have gone the distance with him. Both Ryan and Gervonta are predicting knockouts and stand very confident in their respective abilities. This is no doubt the biggest fight in their respective careers. So you do not want to miss it. We want you to tell your family and friends to order the pay-per-view if they can't be here in Las Vegas. Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We want you to order the pay-per-view now because you don't want to have any issues whatsoever. I will tell you this, the fans, I cannot remember a fight in recent memory that has this much excitement. Gervonta, 28, Ryan Garcia, 24. This is a fight that is great for boxing. Two guys in their 20s, in the primes of their careers, going at it and risking their undefeated records. And it's so fitting that we're here in Las Vegas, a gambling town, the fighting capital of the world, as I believe we will see something very special. Moments away from Ryan Garcia coming and saying hello. I know this fight means so much to Ryan. He's very excited. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and start to really break down the young career of Ryan Garcia, King Rye, as he knows himself. He is 23-0, 19 knockouts. Last July, went ahead and wiped out Javier Fortuna, led under the guidance of the soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Joe Goosen. Very much was one to state over 2 years ago on Mike Tyson's podcast. He had Gervonta on social media. They had him on FaceTime with Mike Tyson, and he told Gervonta, I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds or less. So Ryan Garcia predicting a knockout over Gervonta Davis. I'm going to ask the guys about if there's any further development as to them risking their potential purse in a winner-take-all sort of showdown. But as they say in prize fighting, on Saturday night, when Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia go head-to-head, someone-so has got to go. And I believe we are going to see something very special on Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, a variety of Fight Week events for all of you here in Las Vegas. For those of you that can't make it here to Vegas, tomorrow, the media workout, you could see that on the Showtime Sports social media pages. Thursday, the press conference, where both guys will finally get their final words with one another. That'll be on Thursday. Friday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, the official weigh-in, the final stare-down. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the great honor and pleasure to introduce a young fighter who has a lot in front of him. He is super talented, 24 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Las Vegas, ahead of his matchup against Gervonta Davis. Here is King Rye, Ryan Garcia.
When I say
ladies and gentlemen, accompanying Ryan Garcia is AJ Latimer, who was diagnosed with leukemia at age 13. He was having bad headaches and getting winded, had 2 years of chemotherapy. He loves the sport of boxing, was boxing before. He had to undergo his treatment. He met Ryan today. The two connected over their warrior spirit. Ryan Garcia being joined and walked here to Las Vegas with AJ Latimer, a part of Dream Come True, a wonderful organization from the greater Lehigh Valley area. They fulfill 30 dreams a year. Ladies and gentlemen, here is King Ryan Garcia. Also, he's with AJ Latimer. Ryan, it is great to see you. Welcome to Fight Week here in Las Vegas. I saw that you made your way here yesterday in the private jet, in the limousine, as you were pulling up to the MGM Grand, and you saw your name on the marquee. What does this fight on Saturday night against Gervonta Davis mean to you?
I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Man, this is beautiful. I mean, I look around and I just see all the hard work I put in. I see all the hours I put in the gym, and I'm just so grateful for this moment. And it ain't even about the private jet limousines. It's really about this right here, coming together. I had a mission and I had a vision to fight Gervonta Davis, to bring the fans what they really wanted to see, and I made it happen. And it's here now, and that's what I'm happy more than anything in life right now.
I'm sure that there are various parts of inspiration that you can go ahead and pull from, but one of them is to your left. AJ Latimer, you met him today. You both bonded over your fighting warrior spirit. AJ, had leukemia. He loves boxing. Couldn't partake in boxing because he was dealing with chemotherapy. He's a warrior himself. But tell us about how inspired you are meeting AJ for the first time.
If everybody could give a round of applause for AJ right here. He's battling something way bigger than this fight. This fight is nothing compared to the fight he's battling. He inspires me, of course, to dig deeper than I ever did, because I can't imagine what this young man's going through right now, and I want to lift up prayers to him. So if everybody could lift a prayer to AJ amongst yourselves and really lift him up, I would really appreciate that.
Ryan, I'll get back to you, but AJ, what was it like meeting Ryan Garcia ahead of the biggest fight of his life? I know that you are a huge Ryan Garcia fan, and what a warrior you are.
I mean, this was crazy, bro. This was like one of the biggest things I could ever do.
How do you see the fight going down on Saturday with Ryan and Tank?
I ain't gonna say not too much crazy stuff, but I just know Tank, get ready. He's coming.
He sounds like he's a member of your camp already, Ryan.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He knows.
Ryan, yesterday on social media, you and Tank were going back and forth, and there was talk about, he said, would you bet your purse? You said, yeah, winner take all. What is the status of that?
I just hope that he's not talking about the purse he wears. That's all I'm worried about. Just don't. We're not talking about that purse you're wearing. We're talking about the whole fight purse. Let's bring it on.
As you were getting into your final preparations for Fight Week, what is going through your mind as you are merely 4 days away until the biggest test of your career?
Just staying focused. Being ready for this fight, and that's it. I mean, just staying where I'm at right now.
How great is it to have the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen in your corner, who has been in so many memorable big prize fights? The one that comes to mind especially is Diego Chico Corrales over Jose Luis Castillo right down the road. A couple that was back in 2005.
Yeah. I mean, I got so much experience right next to me. Been in the game for so many years, 20-plus years, Hall of Fame coach. I mean, you could imagine what that brings to the table. So I'm just thankful and blessed to have a man like that in my corner.
Two more, and I'll let you go. Your family, your mom and dad, your brother, they have been in your corner since day one. You mentioned about how they would go ahead, raise money to send you to tournaments, and you knew you had to go out and win these tournaments in order to make them proud. But what does your family mean to you ahead of Saturday night?
Family means everything. Family means everything. Above all, family means everything. And they've been with me for so long, and I want to give a special shout-out to my mom, who has dealt with so much within my career, and I love you so much. And I'm just blessed to have a mother like you. Thank you so much, Mom. I appreciate you. And of course, this moment is one that we've been preparing for a long time, and we're ready to conquer it. Gervonta, I'll just say something. He's a great fighter. I want to make that very clear. He's a great fighter, but he cannot stop what's going to happen Saturday night. He's not going to stop it. He may be a great fighter, but I just going to have something that he cannot defeat. Nobody in this room could stop what's going to happen April 22nd. Gervonta will be done, but I want him to learn a good lesson after this victory.
So what's going to happen on Saturday? You talk about what could happen or what you feel is going to happen, but what is going to happen? Enlighten us, Ryan, on what you think is going to happen on Saturday against Gervonta Davis on Showtime pay-per-view.
In a blink of an eye, it'll be finished. That's what's going to happen April 22nd. In a blink of an eye, it's gone, and everybody will be shocked. Nobody will have anything to say. No words will be spoken. We just have to watch and see. That's what's going to happen April 22nd.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Ryan Garcia. Yeah, it's open. Gotcha. All right. this way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now I am privileged to be joined alongside by the Hall of Fame trainer. He will be inducted this June into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. A long time coming. He will be leading Ryan Garcia into the ring. The esteemed trainer, the legendary, always looks impeccable from head to toe. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Joe Goosen. Joe, you have been a part of some massive events, but being here with your fighter, Ryan Garcia, ahead of his collision against Gervonta Davis, how's Ryan feeling, and what a moment for him in his career?
Ryan looks great. I mean, just watching him do that interview with you, he's got an aura around him right now. He's got the aura of a winner, of a star, of a guy who's on a mission. He worked so hard in this camp. I mean, I rated up there in the top 5 of all camps I've ever been in.
So of all the guys you've had, the Ruelas brothers and the litany of names, Diego Chico Corrales, you're saying that that's top 5 camps that you've ever dealt with a fighter?
Ever. The concentration, the dedication that he had for this camp was really pretty hard to imagine, especially the last couple months. He's been very focused, losing the weight in the right way. The sparring has been going great. I mean, he really destroyed a lot of sparring partners along the way. But he's got that something special about him that's hard to define. He's got that it quality, but I can't see him doing anything other than winning this fight Saturday night.
How great is this fight for boxing? Because this is wonderful to see two guys in their 20s, both with knockout power, both with massive fan followings, risking their undefeated record and that O on the line on Saturday.
Well, you know, it's one thing to have 2 undefeated guys going at each other. It's another thing to have 2 undefeated guys that each individually can sell out 20,000 seaters. They both can do it. And not just that, they're both 5-star quality. I mean, they've got such amazing qualities to them. They're both very intelligent, fast, hard-hitting. They're knockout punchers, and they've got a great fan base. It doesn't happen too often. You get one guy normally in the dance, but to get 2 guys in a dance like this, it's the reason why we have the expectation and the interest in this fight is because the 2 fan bases are colliding here with 2 great fighters that they support. I'm really, if I were not working the corner, I would be very excited about this fight myself.
Joe, in all of your years of being involved in so many memorable confrontations, many people look at your fight against, and I attributed a couple of moments ago when Ryan was on stage, when you were in the corner, when Diego Corrales beat Jose Luis Castillo. How do you keep your composure? Because the leather will fly on Saturday. How do you maintain your poise, focus on the game plan, and not get wrapped up into the back and forth that we're likely to see on Saturday between King Rai and Tank?
That's a great question. If I thought about it, it would probably worry me some. The key thing is just to stick to what you're doing, stick to your job, know why you're there, why I'm there, and know that my main responsibility is guiding the fighter through the fight if he needs it. Sometimes your services aren't really that important in the corner, and then other times they become crucial, and you never know what you're going to get. But I just think that through experience and doing this over and over again, you know, just like a fighter gets used to going up in the ring. It's a nerve-wracking situation, but they know how to control it and eventually, funnel their,
energy.
Yeah, energy, in the right direction. And I try to do the same thing. I really block everything out, and I just try to concentrate on what's in front of me. I've got tunnel vision at that point, and hopefully God willing, I do the right thing for the fighter and keep him safe and inform him where he needs to be informed.
How much have you and Ryan blossomed with your chemistry over the last few fights? Because you guys have been together for some time now, and I feel like the chemistry, not that it was bad at all, but I feel like it's just getting better and better, which is why you guys have been so successful during your run together.
Well, we got a great team, number one, Ray. You know, his father and mother are at the head of the table here. He's got Sip as his strength coach, our mitt guy, Zamir. He's got Scotty Sullivan as the, kind of camp coordinator, and then myself, and then James Garcia. They're all integral parts of this camp, and we all, get along very well, and that's very important. I just say this, Ryan's an easy guy to deal with. So he's easy to get to know, he's affable and friendly, and works hard, so it makes my job easy. Now, I will tell you, once you start coming down the stretch here, Ryan starts getting a little bit more focused and into
meaner.
Oh, he's got a mean streak in him, let me tell you. Now, people, don't let that look fool you. He's got a mean streak a mile wide in him, in the best possible way, I could say that. He's highly confident and aggressive, and he's just got it all. I'm in awe of Ryan Garcia, to tell you the truth. He's a very special fighter, very special. They don't come along very often. I've been in the game for 53 years. He's got something I've never seen before in a fighter.
So what can fans expect out of Ryan Garcia on Saturday against Gervonta Davis on Showtime pay-per-view?
Well, I just think Ryan's going to bring it all together. He's going to use his intelligence, number one. You've got to stay relaxed, use your intelligence. Follow the game plan, although game plans can switch at any given moment. So you've got to be able to adapt to anything that, goes against what you've been working towards. You've got to have a plan A, B, and C, basically, and we do. So, I just think you're going to see an extreme, athletic, dynamic Ryan Garcia Saturday night. And he's got a great fighter, Tank Davis, in front of him. He's a southpaw, which makes it more difficult. He's got 28 wins with 26 knockouts, I believe. Guys don't last very long with him. So, it's a tall order, but I just think Ryan has got everything it takes to win this fight.
Well, Joe, good luck to you and Ryan on Saturday against Gervonta Tank Davis. And, hey, what a couple of months for you. You got this matchup on Saturday night with Ryan and Tank. And then in June in Canastota, you're going to be inducted in the International Boxing Hall of Fame, following that of your late great brother, Dan Goosen, who was inducted last year. What a year it has been, and what a springtime and early summer it is for the entire Goosen family.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Ray, about Dan. Love my brother. We were great, had a great relationship. We started from the ground floor in 1980 with 10 Goose Boxing. He's in the Hall of Fame, and I'll be joining him, and that's going to be something that really is dear to my heart. And I thank Ed Brophy from the Hall of Fame, and I thank you for mentioning it. And I'm very excited about being inducted in June.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to the Hall of Famer, the lead trainer of Ryan Garcia, the famed Joe Goosen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up a fighter who is really blossoming in the sport of boxing. He is really an exciting fighter. They absolutely love him on the East Coast, in New Jersey, anywhere on the East Coast. This kid brings thousands of fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on to the stage. He'll be fighting on the streaming portion on Saturday, Vito Mielnicki Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Vito, it's great to see you. Obviously, you're no stranger to big fight weeks. You fought here in Las Vegas when you were in high school. You did the Grind of Rivals, then went back and finished your homework. But what's it like being a part of Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, being one of 20 fighters on one of the biggest fight cards of the year, I'm just extremely blessed. And being with Al Heyman, being with the best in the business, he's going to give you opportunities like that. I'm just going to take advantage, put on a dominant performance on Saturday night, and show the world what I'm capable of.
Is it great to see the younger generation really come forward. You know, you are barely in your 20s. You got Gervonta Davis, who's 28. You got Ryan Garcia, who's 24. We're seeing a lot of the young generation come to the forefront and say, I want to fight the best.
Yeah, I mean, being only 20, and I'm actually making my first defense in my WBA Continental Americas belt, so I'm excited about that. But being only 20, we know we're going to keep taking our time, but keep growing as a fighter. And I have a great team, Coach Chino Rivas, Coach Anthony Carr, my father, my mother, just a great team behind me. So we're going to keep taking our time, keep growing as a fighter mentally, physically, and keep climbing the ranks.
One thing I've seen about you is that I remember when you started off and you're fighting at 47, you're 17, 18 years old, but now I feel like your man strength is really coming to the forefront. We're seeing you're whacking guys left and right. Is it fair to say that your strength is really starting to come to the forefront?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like we talked about, I turned pro at 17, so I was really just growing up, hitting puberty at 17, and now I'm actually becoming a man, getting my man strength, and now I'm actually starting to crack. So I'm excited to just keep proving the world what I'm capable of, and just keep getting stronger mentally, physically, and growing as a fighter.
Well, it's obvious we talk about the family dynamic in boxing. That is evident with you and your father, Vito Sr. How much does your father and your entire team mean to you? Because I feel like it's very much a communal effort when it comes to the career of Vito Mielnicki Jr.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a team behind everything, and obviously being able to just worry about fighting and not have to worry about all the other stuff that comes with it is important. And my dad takes care of a lot of that stuff, so I'm blessed and thankful to have him. And just a great supporting cast behind me my entire career. My mom, my brother, my sisters, they've been behind me since I started this. They've sacrificed a lot throughout it all, too. So I'm definitely blessed to have them with me on this journey.
So as a 20-year-old, I can only imagine, I mean, not going back to what I was doing, but how do you maintain and keep away all the distractions, the lights? I'm sure you're getting flooded in your social media about being a part of this event, coming to watch you fight, and then staying there to watch Gervonta and also Ryan Garcia match up. But how do you stay focused and not buy into the distractions?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my whole life I've been sacrificing and just focused on a main goal, and that's just becoming successful in this boxing game. So, I mean, throughout high school, throughout elementary school, I've sacrificed a lot, but when you're doing what you love, I don't even consider it sacrifices. I'm just doing what I love each and every day, and my happy place is in the gym. My happy place is just being in that ring and just doing what I love.
Does it mean extra more to be fighting here in Las Vegas, which is known for being the mecca of producing and seeing big prize fights like what we're going to see on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, my third fight, I believe, was in Vegas on one of the biggest fight cards of the year as well. At that time, it was the Wilder versus Ortiz, and then I fought later on the Wilder Fury card in the same spot. So being a part of big events like this, my entire career, I've just been blessed with opportunities, and I just got to keep taking advantage of them.
How much are you looking forward? You're only 20, so you obviously got a ways to go. But how much are you looking at these guys and seeing Gervonta at 28, Ryan at 24, main eventing here in Las Vegas? How much do you want that down the line in your career?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I want. Like an opportunity like this for Tank and Ryan, they've been working for that their entire life. I've known Tank my whole life, growing up with him, traveling down to Baltimore, fighting my first 20-something fights down there with Coach Calvin and their team, and seeing where they're at now. It's just a pure example of hard work and dedication.
So in your opinion, your honest assessment, having both guys, how do you see the fight playing out on Saturday, Vito, between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Tank on this one. I usually say the fans are the winners, but Tank's my guy. I've known him my entire life. And I think Tank's going to win. I don't think it goes the distance. But
you don't think it goes the distance?
I don't think it goes the distance. I think it's definitely going to be a chess match early on. But once that one shot lands, I think it could be an early night or a late night for Ryan.
And how's your fight going to unfold when we see you early on Saturday?
Dominant performance. I've been working hard in the gym. I've been out in Vegas training, getting great sparring, and just
getting great work in general out here. So just expect a dominant performance. I want to keep proving what I've been working on, keep getting better and better every time I get in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Vito Mielnicki Jr. fighting on the undercard of Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Thank you very much, Vito. Really appreciate it. We're going to come back with more as we get ready for the grand arrival of the second half of our main event. Welcome to Fight Week here in Las Vegas. And no, beg your pardon, now I want to bring on a man that's got way more style than anybody in this room. We want to bring up the legendary Leonard Ellerbe. Leonard, it is great to see you. Hey, I'm glad I got the memo on the pastels. Obviously, you're on a different level. Great to see you, Leonard. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. You've been a part of memorable fight weeks. How does this one compare?
Huge. This is the biggest fight in all of boxing right now. And the fans are the winners.
How focused do you see Tank? Because you've known him since he made his pro debut, but how do you assess Tank's focus heading into this showdown?
Well, again, this is the biggest fight of his career. Ryan Garcia is a terrific opponent, and he's going to bring out the best in Tank. This is the best camp that he's had thus far, and his focus has just been right on point. From the very start of camp to, actually coming through fight week, kind of tapering things off. He's ready to go for Saturday night.
What is it like for Tank? Does it resonate with him? Does it matter to him that he's the main event on Saturday, headlining in Vegas? Every major prize fighter wants to headline here in Vegas, but when he sees his picture all over the Strip, does it mean something to him?
Of course it does. This is a dream come true for him to headline in a main event, in a mega fight in Las Vegas. It gets no bigger than that. I mean, we've seen all the big fights here in Las Vegas. And again, this Saturday night, huge.
Absolutely. Leonard, when it comes to the anticipation from all over the world, this gives me very similar vibes of years ago because I feel like the fans have been starving for a matchup between two guys in their 20s with big knockout power.
Well, this is what it's all about. You have two young, undefeated guys in their prime, and that's important, in their prime. The fans have been clamoring for these two to get in the ring, and this Saturday night, the fans are going to get exactly what they want.
You always say that the best fights are made behind closed doors, and this fight did marinate, and, the contracts were signed behind closed doors, but it's been talked about for over 2 years when Ryan was telling Tank, hey, I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds on Mike Tyson's podcast. Is it surreal to think now, Leonard, that over 2 years of back and forth of talk, that we're 4 days away and Saturday night is literally right around the corner?
Yeah, I mean, it is surreal. I can recall like 2 years ago when Floyd was fighting Logan Paul in Miami, and I had this conversation with him, and I told him that we're going to make this fight, and it's going to come down to you signing on that dotted line, and you're going to have to do what you got to do to make it happen, and it's going to become a reality sooner than you think. And here we are 2 years later in the biggest fight in all of boxing.
In your estimation, do you feel like both Tank and Ryan are going to push each other to the limit that we get to see? You have told me we have not seen the best of Tank. I don't believe we've seen the best of Ryan Garcia. Do you think that we'll see the best out of both on Saturday?
Of course, because that's what happens when you have two young elite fighters, and they're in their prime. Both of them are going to bring out the best in each other. And I think that the fans are going to be they're going to be the winners because from the opening bell, I think that we're going to see these guys get at it.
Leonard, you have been and had your finger on the pulse of big prize fights for many, many years, having doing media tours with Floyd and obviously, the legendary Kelly Swanson as well. But with these guys, it's a new era because of the social media aspect. Tank has millions of followers on social media. Ryan's got millions of followers on social media. What is that, the new generation? Because I feel like both guys are new age boxing superstars.
It's everything because those two have brought a younger audience to the sport. And therefore, that's why you see that both of them have a huge following. And with that being said, when you look at this younger generation, they've inspired this whole generation of guys because they see that they can do this kind of the same things that they do and possibly one day reach this kind of level. So again, it's great, especially for the young fighters and then for the younger generation of these fans.
In my estimation, there is only one Floyd Money Mayweather. He was undefeated, obviously, but I think that it's okay when guys like this are risking their undefeated records on the line. Losses happen in boxing, and I think that no matter what, the winner or the loser, I think both guys still hold quite a bit of value in boxing when it comes to being marketable, and fight fans will want to see them fight again.
Most definitely. So when Ryan gets knocked out on Saturday night,
wow, you're going there, Leonard.
He'll be the loss to the best. And there's nothing wrong with that. He'll be able to come back from this loss. And, you know, my thing, I just don't want either guy to get hurt, you know, where they can't go home and see their family. But it's going to be a terrific fight, though.
So you gave me your prediction on where you think the fight's going to go. But for Gervonta, if he's successful on Saturday, what do you think a win for Tank on a stage like this does for him and his career?
It's everything. So when Tank knocks him out on Saturday night, it automatically elevates him. He's going to become the face of boxing. And again, line these guys up, and he's going to go do what he got to do.
Is the vision now complete with Tank? Because I watched it and literally traveled the world with you guys and seen Tank. Main event in Atlanta, main event in LA, main event in Baltimore, main event in DC. Everywhere he goes, he sells it out. And the UK as well when he fought Liam Walsh. But, you know, is it crazy to think that now here in Las Vegas, it is finally complete? You know, that he's finally headlining in Vegas, a pay-per-view card, sold-out crowd likely?
Yeah, this is what it's all about. Like I said, this is just the first step of, you know, being the best. You know, and he has a terrific guy in front of him on Saturday night. And again, like you mentioned earlier, both of these guys are going to bring out the best in each other. And I'm just ecstatic.
My final question to you, Tank being in solitude, he has come here to Las Vegas and pretty much isolated himself to really get entrenched for this massive fight that he has against Ryan Garcia on Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view. Have you ever seen Tank this mean and this focused in his entire life?
I've never seen him this focused before. But again, it's that Ryan Garcia warrants that because he knows that what Ryan Garcia brings to the table, like I said, he's young, he's an elite fighter, and he's going to push him from the opening bell. And that's why he's had a great camp, and he's really prepared. And again, I just can't wait till Saturday night.
Hey, are younger guys hitting you up as to say, hey, these guys are taking big fights. Now I'm willing to risk my undefeated record and roll the dice as well?
Yes, and this sets the tone because, again, it's the timing of this. That's the key. It's the timing of these guys coming together. And they're on the big stage, and it gets no bigger than this, being here in Las Vegas.
Leonard, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate your in-depth analysis. A round of applause to Leonard Ellerbe, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come right back and await the grand arrival of Gervonta Tank Davis. We are moments away, kicking off fight week with the bang here at the MGM Grand Saturday night. Do not miss the action on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. I want to run down Fight Week with all of you as we are really just so excited and honored to be here in Las Vegas. The world is watching every single Fight Week event, and we are getting closer to Saturday night. Tomorrow we will have the media workouts that'll be here near the sports book, 4 o'clock Eastern on the stream, 1 o'clock local time. Fans, come on out and see the dynamic undercard. That'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock local time here at the MGM Grand. I want to run down the pay-per-view undercard because it is absolutely sensational. We're going to start off on Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view. Our opening matchup, a 19-year-old sensation, Elijah Garcia, who's 14-0 with 12 knockouts coming off of a highlight reel finish over the previously unbeaten, hard-hitting Uruguayan Amilcar Vidal. Elijah Garcia will square off against Kevin Salgado of Mexico. Salgado, just 1 loss on his dossier. Then our next matchup will be a rematch from a showdown back in 2021. Gabe Rosado, who's fought everybody in boxing, literally, he will match up and rematch the bully back to here, Melas Kuziev, as Mielnicki lost to him a couple years ago. He has won 5 in a row, looking for redemption on his mind in that matchup against the veteran from Philadelphia, PA, Gabe Rosado. Our co-main event in the super middleweight division, the Cuban who is making noise and wants to be known as among the elite in the super middleweight division, the undefeated David Morrell Jr. will put his undefeated record on the line as he will collide against the Brazilian bronze medalist Yamaguchi Falcao. Originally, Morrell was supposed to be taking on the Ghanaian Insigne Akbeko, but Akbeko pulled out of the fight. Therefore, insert Yamaguchi Falcao, who has just 1 loss on his record. He has won 5 in a row. A big opportunity for Falcao to try to upset David Morrell. Morrell has stated, I want to be able to go ahead and fight amongst the world's best. Either Canelo, David Benavidez, who knows if that is going to unfold. But David Morrell Jr. has to handle business on Saturday night against one Yamaguchi Falcao. Thursday, the final press conference for Gervonta Tank Davis and also Ryan Garcia. You can check that out on the Showtime Sports social media page on Thursday. Friday, open to the public, 3 o'clock local time. We will go ahead and have the official weigh-in for Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, 3 o'clock local time, right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. Come and join us. Get there early. There will be plenty of fans there, excited, and you will see the guys tip the scales for the final time, and then they will have that final ceremonial stare down. Oh my goodness, I expect to see them really get after it, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail, but I love those face-off before fight night. They get intense. You see their focus, and you see how absolutely shredded they are. I'll tell you what, I was in camp with both Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia during their media workouts that you saw on the Showtime Sports social media pages, and both guys look in impeccable shape. I've known Gervonta for years. I've known of Ryan for a long time, and both guys are in the best shape of their careers, and they know what Saturday night means to them, their careers, and all of boxing. The winner of this fight becomes one of the biggest, if not the biggest superstar in boxing, because obviously, not only does it mean a lot to go out and get a victory, but if they do it in grand fashion, the knockout percentages of both guys, over 92% for Ryan Garcia, or 92% for Gervonta Davis, 82% for Ryan Garcia for Tank. Only 2 guys have gone the distance with him, Sherman Moraz in 2014, and also Isaac Cruz back in December of 2021. Ryan Garcia's coming off of a 6-round knockout over Javier Fortuna. Both men have a lot of pop behind their punches. They have, between them, ladies and gentlemen, 45 knockouts between the 2 fighters. Tank is 28-0 with 26 knockouts. Ryan Garcia, 23-0 with 19 knockouts. 45 knockouts between the 2. You've heard from various members of the media, promoters. I don't believe the 3 judges will be needed on Saturday night. I think that someone will get knocked out. It will be explosive, electric, and exciting. That is what you are going to expect on Saturday. Also, we start early on Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time with our opening pay-per-view matchup. Do not forget to join us early. If you haven't bought the pay-per-view, limited tickets are still available. Small amount here for T-Mobile Arena. You can get them at AXS.com. Or if you can't get tickets to the fight, hey, have the viewing party. Have a viewing party at the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas. You can also get that at AXS.com. Davis and Garcia, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, along with TGB Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. We are moments away from the grand arrival of Gervonta Tank Davis. Here's a guy who has burst onto the scene. And as I talked about with Leonard Ellerbe, the amount of excitement that Tank brings to the table every single time he fights is at a fever pitch. To think that last May at Barclays Center Memorial Day weekend, he set the attendance record for boxing. He set the gate attendance record when it comes to the amount of revenue generated for a prize fight when he knocked out Rolando Rolly Romero in the 6th round. A highlight reel walk-off straight left that put away Romero. And then he would go ahead and follow it up with fighting in his hometown or his home area of Washington, D.C. He's from nearby Baltimore. Capital One Arena. Goes ahead and finishes off the champion, Hector Luis Garcia, in the 9th round. There was a sold-out crowd in January at Capital One Arena. Tank is somebody who wants to test himself against the world's best. I can recollect a highlight reel knockout that he had over Leo Santa Cruz back on Halloween night of 2020. An unbelievable left uppercut that he wiped out the former world champion in Leo Santa Cruz. And then he would go ahead, he would test himself at 140 against Mario Barrios, a jam-packed crowd at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, a guy that was taller than him, that had a lot of pop behind his punches, and he would finish off Mario Barrios in the 10th or 11th round. Tank is box office, Tank is excitement, and Tank is no doubt looking to have a tremendous and memorable performance, with this being the first time that he's headlining here in Las Vegas. For both guys, it's significant. To get to this stage means everything when you are a prize fighter. And in my estimation, I do believe, much like Leonard Ellerbe and I were talking about, that both Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia will be at their best on Saturday. The question is, which man can withstand the other's punch? Because in my opinion, both guys are going to land. Both guys have dynamite in their hands. Both guys are very fast. Both guys are elusive and dynamic. Who is going to be able to withstand the other shot? That is the question on Saturday. And who doesn't love a fight? This is the kind of matchup when you watch it at the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, or you're at home watching on Showtime pay-per-view, that you literally have to be on the edge of your seat, because at any one moment, the fight can end. I love the predictions from both guys. When it comes to Ryan Garcia, when he told Gervonta Davis on the Mike Tyson podcast over 2 years ago, when he was trying to entice him into this matchup, I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds. During the final leg of the press conference, they had 2 press conferences, one in New York, one in Los Angeles, and Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis were face-to-face. You heard Gervonta tell Ryan, all you got is the left hook. That's all you have. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as you get ready for fight night, if you haven't seen Showtime All Access, make sure to check it out right now on the Showtime Sports social media pages, or after the grand arrivals are done. 2 episodes, a comprehensive look at what both Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are going through as we inch closer to fight night. 4 nights away this Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view. If you have family or friends anywhere, you can literally get here to Las Vegas, anywhere you are around the world. Make sure to get here or watch on Showtime pay-per-view, because this will be special. But check out All Access episodes 1 and 2 of Davis and Garcia, and you will get a behind-the-scenes look at what these guys are doing, preparing themselves for combat on Saturday night. Also, as I looked at the odds earlier today, Gervonta Davis, he is a favorite. Ryan Garcia is the underdog. So the public, believes, some of the public believes that Gervonta Davis will be victorious over Ryan Garcia. I don't think that matters. All that matters is on Saturday night, when that bell rings, we are going to see the best out of both men. Also, when it comes to Tank, we are moments away, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to DJ D. Miles, and we're going to get ready for Gervonta Davis making his grand arrival here in Las Vegas. D, all you.
might be too strong out on compliments. Overdose my confidence. Started not to give it. Stop hearing the consequence. Drinking every night because we drink my accomplishments. Faded way too long. I'm floating in and out of consciousness and they saying I'm back. I agree with that. I just take my time with all this shit. I still believe in that. I had someone tell me I fell off who I needed that. And they want to see me pick back up where I leave it at. I know I exaggerated things. Now I got it like that. Tuck my napkin in my shirt cause I'm just smiling like that. You know good and well that you don't want to fight like that. You know ain't someone around me who can fight like that. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it. It's one of the spoken and we all don't do it. Lizzie got the money. Those Lizzie don't pay it. Those my brothers, I ain't even gotta say it. That's just something they know. They know, they know, they know. They know. I'm like, why I gotta be all that, but still I can't deny the fact that it's true. Listening to you expressing all the feelings. So poppin' rappers, I even sound like all my children. And that's who you thinking is about to come and make a killing. I guess it really is just me, myself, and all my millions. You know that they ain't even got it like that. You gon' hype me up and make me catch a body like that. Cause I live for this, it isn't just a hobby like that. When they get my shit and play it, I ain't even gotta say it. Mesa, mesa, mesa que más aplauda, mesa que más aplauda, mesa que más aplauda, le mando la mano, mesa que más aplauda, sí, mesa que más aplauda, mesa que más aplauda, le mando la niña, sa, 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 Piensa que más aplauda, sí. Piensa que más aplauda, no. Piensa que más aplauda, le mando la niña. Piensa que más aplauda, sí. Piensa que más aplauda, no. Piensa que más aplauda, le mando la niña. Sa, 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 ya tú sabes, ya tú sabes. Y los doctores, y los ingenieros, y los licenciados, y los arquitectos, los contadores, y los maestros. Sa, 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 ya tú sabes, ya tú sabes. Y los albañiles. El carpintero y los choferes y todo el mundo y los malandros y los huevones, los hijos de papi y los juniors y los fresas, los que le roban el dinero a mamá y se lo gastan en clima.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, right now we are getting set for the second half of our grand arrivals. This young fighter is a superstar in boxing. He has amazing ring entrances. He has went ahead and he's sold out in Atlanta. He sold out in Los Angeles, went to the UK to sell out. He has been a pro for over 10 years. Saturday night will be the first time that he will be headlining on Showtime pay-per-view against Ryan Garcia. Just to give you a little background on what he has been through over the past year. Last May at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, set the attendance record and broke the gate record for the amount of money generated for fans to see a prize fight when he went ahead and knocked out Rolando Romero in the 6th round. There was discussion about this mega fight happening with him and Ryan Garcia in the springtime. Instead, he said, I want to go to my home area. I want a headline. I want to give back to the fans of the D.C. Baltimore area. And he finished off Hector Luis Garcia in the 9th round at a sold-out Capital One Arena. The list of names that he's beaten, rather impressive when it comes to knocking out Leo Santa Cruz in the 6th round. Finishing off Mario Barrios, who is as tough as they come, in the 10th round down in Atlanta. He is no doubt very exciting and looking to display his talents. He is trained under the guidance of renowned trainer Calvin Ford, who in my opinion doesn't get enough respect that he deserves for what he's been able to do for this young man's career. The thing about this young fighter is that he loves the sport of boxing. He very much immerses himself in it, and he's all about giving the fans a show. I can only imagine the kind of ring entrance he's going to have, and he's very much confident in his ability. Both him and Ryan were talking yesterday on social media. They are so confident that they are going to win, that they are willing to risk their purses on Saturday night. Going to be very interesting to see if that truly comes to fruition. But also, ladies and gentlemen, about this young fighter, the fact that he really started off in the amateurs when he was 5, 6, 7 years old. He's been a pro. He turned pro back in February of 2013. This has been a decade-long journey for him to get to this moment. When it comes to the most exciting fighters in boxing, you have to rank this young fighter among the top without question. He's captured world titles at 130, captured world title at 135, captured a title at 140 pounds. And now this one, without a doubt, is the biggest assignment of his career. We are awaiting for him to make his way into the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Before we bring him into the arena here, or into the MGM Grand, if you're here after this is over, make sure to get your Davis Garcia fight wear apparel, t-shirts, posters. Make sure to get it. Nothing like having fight memorabilia during fight night. Also on Friday, 6 Eastern, 3 local time, right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza, the final weigh-in for Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. You want to be a part of that? It's free and open to the public. Make sure to get there early because there will be so many fans there, and make sure to cheer on who you believe is going to win in the main event on Saturday. Again, to go ahead and give you the breakdown of what both of these young fighters bring to the table when it comes to action. An 82+ knockout percentage for Ryan Garcia, over 92% knockout percentage for Gervonta Tank Davis. Both men have a propensity to put their opponents to sleep, and I don't believe we will see the final bell on Saturday when both men collide. Both of these fighters are undefeated. 28-0, 26 knockouts for Tank, 23-0 with 19 knockouts for Ryan Garcia. Both guys in their 20s, both guys literally risking it all on the line for supremacy and for glory in boxing. This is what you love to see as fight fans. Both guys going all in, believing that they will emerge victorious, and this is where you become a truly all-time great fighter. When you win big prize fights like this, not only do we have two quality fighters, but you have two esteemed trainers, the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen with Ryan Garcia, Calvin Ford in the corner of Gervonta Tank Davis. You got two quality corners. You have two guys who are really going all in on their respective abilities. And I am very excited to see how Saturday night will unfold. And we are just 4 days away. Hey, on social media, make sure to use the hashtag Davis Garcia all week long. Again, use the hashtag Davis Garcia all week long. Tomorrow, the undercard workout near the sports book at 4 Eastern, 1 local time here at the MGM. Thursday, the final press conference. You can see that on the Showtime Sports social media pages. Friday the weigh-in, as I mentioned, 6 Eastern, 3 local time, right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We get going an hour earlier on pay-per-view. I mentioned to all of you that are here, if you don't have tickets to the fight, small amount of tickets are available, or you could watch it at the MGM Grand Garden Arena on closed circuit, because this is an event that you will know exactly where you were and who you were sitting with when the final and the finale of this fight comes to a close. But as I mentioned, this fight will not go the distance. There will not be needed for the judges. They will be able to sit back and watch and be entertained like the rest of us. Moments away from the grand arrival of Baltimore's own, who is 28-0, 26 knockouts. He has been here in Las Vegas for the final, during his training camp, immersing himself here in Las Vegas and really dialed in to finalizing his game plan, because he has a tall task in Ryan Garcia also. Ryan has a big test in Gervonta Davis. This is the best opponent that Ryan has ever fought in his career. Both men have quite a bit of tremendous lineage and advisors around them to be able to let them know what they believe that they should be doing in preparation for fight night, as we are moments away from the grand arrival of this 28-year-old boxing superstar who is looking to make an indelible impact on Saturday night as he will take on Ryan Garcia. Again, Saturday night's event, Davis and Garcia, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, along with TGB Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. As we talked about, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off Fight Week with the Bank. Make sure to check out All Access episodes 1 and 2 of Davis and Garcia and see a behind-the-scenes look at what these two fighters are doing in preparation for fight night, as we are moments away and awaiting the grand arrival of one of a truly boxing superstar. One thing about this fighter is that he is very unique when it comes to his entrances. He has this own demeanor about him, but when he fights, expect electricity. And I can pretty much, borrow a term from him as to say, when that fight happens, make sure to get your popcorn, because you will no doubt be entertained, because I've never seen a Gervonta Davis fight and never been entertained. I'm always going back and saying, wow, I cannot believe he did this. I remember when he shattered the nose of Hugo Ruiz back in February of 2019 at Dignity Health Sports Park, known as the War Grounds. And he did that in under a round. He was supposed to fight Abner Mares, instead fought Hugo Ruiz. When he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz with a vicious left uppercut, blown away by that, this young fighter continues to exceed expectations. And when I mention continue, he's continuing in his quest to try to remain undefeated as he takes on a fellow unbeaten 24-year-old in Ryan Garcia. Right now, Tank is 28-0 with 26 knockouts, looking to get to 29-0. And Leonard Ellerbe certainly believes that Tank will get the better of Ryan Garcia on Saturday night. I think that we are going to get a tremendous fight, and one that we are going to be talking about for years to come. So, We are literally moments away from the grand entrance. And you know what I'm curious about is I want to know, how his grand entrance will be on fight night. You know you're going to get a sold-out crowd. You know you're going to get people talking on social media. I really want to know your thoughts. Use the hashtag Davis Garcia. Follow us on social media and give us your thoughts on who is going to win this epic main event. Fights like this are great for boxing. They are what's needed in boxing, and it's what we are going to get on Saturday night as these two go ahead and collide and look to make a statement in their first maiden voyage headlining here in Las Vegas. To be quite honest with you, I think we're going to get something that we didn't expect. What that means, I don't know. I just think when it comes to boxing, expect the unexpected. You have a fighter in Gervonta Davis who's headlined on pay-per-view before. He has been through this, but never here in Las Vegas. This very well, in his mind, could be his crowning moment where he truly goes ahead and shows the world, this is my era in boxing. Standing in his way, though, is Ryan Garcia, who's 24, as to say, I'm 4 years younger than you, but it's my era. This is my era in boxing. Both men are fighting for who is going to be superior, and the cash cow with two fighters being here in their 20s. Awesome. Both with amazing knockout power. And they respect each other, but I think that they're both thriving under the fact that they are pushing each other to the limit in training camp. I've seen Tank train before, but I've never seen him train this hard for a fight like this because he realizes what is on the line. If Tank is successful, then who knows what could be in his immediate future. For Ryan Garcia, the same question applies. If he's victorious over Tank, what will the future hold for Ryan Garcia? What will the future hold for the loser? All I know is that on Saturday, we will have a winner and a loser. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to bring to the MGM Grand. Here is 28-0, 26 knockouts, the boxing superstar from Baltimore, Maryland. Here is the world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank, it is great to see you. Welcome to Fight Week here in Las Vegas. Tank, you have headlined in different parts of the United States, sold out crowds, headlined in the UK, but now main eventing here in Las Vegas on a card like this on Showtime pay-per-view against Ryan Garcia. What does this moment mean to you?
It means everything. We put everything on the line. Coming from where I come from, this is big. I witnessed, Floyd Mayweather, all the top guys fighting in Vegas, and this is the top level, so I'm ready.
Is this the kind of fight where you go ahead and with your performance that you say, okay, this is my era now. This is the Gervonta Davis era?
Yes, sir, for sure, definitely.
Yesterday, you and Ryan Garcia on social media were going back and forth, and what I understand is that you are wagering each other's purses. What is the status of that? Was that just talk, or is that really going to happen?
I'm trying to make it official. You know what I mean? We've been calling his advisor and things like that, so hopefully we can get it done.
Being with your trainer, Calvin Ford, you guys have been together since the beginning. You turned pro back in February of 2013. But tell us about the bond that you have with Calvin and your entire team. You guys all seem to be like a family.
We are a family. You know, I've been with Calvin since I was, 7 years old, so we are a family. You know, we stick together. We have our ups and downs, but most importantly, we have loyalty. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing in our group, and we always stick together, and that's what it is.
I love watching videos of when you were a little kid and you were hitting the heavy bag and really just immersing yourself in the amateurs. Did you ever dream that you would be here at 28 years of age headlining a global event here in Las Vegas on Showtime pay-per-view against a fellow unbeaten fighter like Ryan Garcia?
Nah, my first goal was, to win a belt. You know what I mean? I think everybody that started in boxing, I think that first goal is to win a belt, but never I thought that I'd be in, Vegas having a big fight here. So I'm excited, man. This is a dream come true, and I won't let my people down.
Okay, so you're not going to let your people down. So how is it going to go down on Saturday against Ryan Garcia at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas?
I mean, you got to tune in. It's something that you don't want to miss. Definitely going to put my works in, and hopefully you come ready. If not, it'll be an early night.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Gervonta Davis. Can I close it out? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for our grand arrival. We appreciate you joining us on the Showtime Sports social media pages. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time for the media workouts. Fight week beginning. It's Gervonta Davis. It's Ryan Garcia. This Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view, T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. We'll see you tomorrow. Tank and Ryan Fight Week officially underway.
Just to see that I'm at this level and see that it's possible. Everything I dreamed of is actually coming true, proving that I'm better than the next person in the ring.
Of course, he's gonna say all I have is the left hook. If that's all I have, man, that's crazy. And I think all I'm gonna need is one left hook. Sit, sleep, gone. It'll be okay. Give him a little kiss on his forehead. Put him to bed. Like, good night. Since I started this boxing stuff, I said I was gonna whip him. And even when he wasn't big, I was calling him out. Vicious right hand! And as we got bigger, I still said, I'm gonna whoop you.
It's not even with the opponent. It's obvious the opponent if he's talking, but it's mainly the doubters. You want to show that you are who you say you are. And I feel as though a lot of people that's not really who they say they are.
This is my moment. This is what is going to define myself. I promise you, you've never seen this. I promise you. You got something coming to him.
Once upon a time, there was a place called the wilderness.
We did things out there that we're ashamed of.
There was some darkness.
Your friendships are a little more complicated than most.
Yellow Jackets, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount+.